Good morning from Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. I landed here a couple minutes ago from the United States and I'm headed to Romania tonight, but today I'm going to go out and explore the city. So finally, after a long taxi ride, got into the city. I'm standing here overlooking the river Seine, and apparently there's a Chabad house really close by, and a very interesting Chabad house. A synagogue that you've probably never seen anything like it before. I can't wait to show you. So this is Chabad on a boat.
Welcome on the Chabad boat, on the what we call here in French the boat Chabad. So this is the outside that we use very much during the summer days when it's sunny outside. It's like a very pleasant place, and I'll bring you to the inside of the boat right now. We'll have a look.
Okay, let's go. Hello.
Hi.
So Rabbi, what is your name?
My name is Rabbi Mendy Lashkar.
Where are you from?
I'm from Paris originally.
Okay, you have a great English. You don't sound French.
Listen, it works. It works good for some people. I guess I spent some years in yeshiva in America.
Okay.
So it made my English a little better.
Right. And can you explain why you have a Chabad house on a boat?
Okay, so we came here on Shlichus about 10 years ago now. We settled down in this area, which is kind of a new area in Paris. As we started living here, we realized that it's actually an area full of students. Students come in the morning, they leave at night, and they spend their entire day in this area. We realized that our job, our work had to be done more with the students. So we tried looking for a place. Finding a place in Paris probably will be small, probably, you know, very, very expensive. And then we had this idea, what can you do in order to find a thing that will attract the students, will be like a cool place. And Baruch Hashem, we had this idea to buy a boat and to make it a Chabad house for students, a Chabad on campus. And this is what Baruch Hashem happened.
So what happens here on this boat? Like, what kind of facilities do you have?
Okay, so many things are happening here on this boat. First of all, it's an open place for them to come anytime they want, from the morning till the night. They can come, settle down, put their stuff, work on their, you know, on what they have to work on, study, talk, meet new people. We also have a kosher restaurant for them with very cheap prices for students. They could come every single day, very fresh, good food cooked here on premises. And we have also every night a different shiur, different types of events for students. Now it's, you know, the Chagim are coming up, so very different cool types of events are organized for them to come, to gather, to meet new people and to have a good time. And during 2 months of the year, during June and July, being that it's less of a student period, this place has opened a kosher restaurant, open for everyone here in the city and from around the world, which is probably the only kosher restaurant on a boat. It opens up basically for everyone else that wants to enjoy this place, that wants to have this a little bit of the taste what it means to be sitting on the Parisian river, on the Seine, and to enjoy the area, the place. So if one day you come to Paris and it's June or July, you're always welcome.
Thank you, Rabbi. And do you ever move the boat, or the boat is anchored here?
So the boat can move. It has a motor and it has everything required. Now, being that we are a Chabad house and we need to be found when someone needs us, we don't really move.
Right. Okay, that's a good answer. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Do you want to show me what's going on inside?
So, come. So now it's the first days of the year. The classes are slowly starting. So students are slowly starting to come to enjoy this place. Follow me. Some students are probably in the meeting of eating their lunch.
So this is like a synagogue?
Je sais quoi, tu vas rigoler. Tu vas rigoler parce que je peux pas faire court parce qu'il n'y a pas de gâteau.
So there's this room here which is like the restaurant slash event space, and then there's another room behind this room where there's a small synagogue as well. It's important to mention that France has one of the largest Jewish communities in the world. There are over 600 Chabad rabbis here in France, and there's also over 100 kosher restaurants in Paris itself. Just left the boat Chabad, and now I'm headed to the old Jewish district of Paris, where there were many synagogues and many Jewish people lived. Let's head over there. So we are now in the Marie district. This is the old Jewish area where many thousands of Jewish people used to live in Paris. There are many kosher restaurants still here, but not as many as there used to be. Now most of the Jewish people have moved over to a different area, which we probably will not have time to visit today. This place is called L'As du Falafel. It's probably the most famous kosher restaurant in Paris, and as you can see, there are lines outside. It's always very busy here. I am totally stuffed. It was a great meal there. One thing to keep in mind is that not all the meat there is super kosher. Everything is kosher, but not everything is glatt. Not everything is super kosher. So if you are someone who always tries to eat only super kosher, make sure you go in there and ask for glatt. Ask for halak. The people behind the counter will know what you're talking about, and they'll make sure that you get the right cuts of meat for your kosher specifications. Anyway, let's head to the Eiffel Tower. This place right here is called the Trocadero. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but I think that's how the French say it. It's a platform or a plaza where the Eiffel Tower is visible. Probably the best view in the entire city of Paris. And I've been here every single trip of mine to Paris. I visited this place. That's my son, by the way. He's here on the trip. I'm not showing his face because I want to keep his privacy, but he's chasing the birds, thinking that somehow he's going to be able to pet them. Go get him! So it's amazing that we're actually standing here. Myself dressed proudly as a Jew, and my son as well. You know, not very long ago, only a couple decades ago, Adolf Hitler, may he rest in pieces, was right here. He stood literally right here, right on this plaza, when the Nazis invaded France, and he came here to see the Eiffel Tower himself. There are pictures of it, and the fact that he stood here and in such a dark time, and now we're here, and thank God things are hopefully better, and that we're able to be openly and proudly dressed as Jewish people and to live our lives the way we see fit, is an incredible thing to be thankful to God for. Another thing I should mention is that in France, in the last few years, there's been a lot of Jewish people who've been leaving, Jewish people who've been living here for generations, and they've been leaving because of anti-Semitism. And I must say that standing here today in the center of Paris, dressed proudly as a Jew, I have not seen or encountered any anti-Semitism. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, I'm sure it does, but I just haven't seen any of it today. Again, I'm just visiting, and people who live here say it's a problem, but so far everything's been nice, people have been friendly, and we've been having a great time. This is Paris. This is a city that I love very much and hope to come back here soon for a longer period of time. I'm on the famous Eiffel Tower merry-go-round and carousel. I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for my son who's right next to me, but I am having a good time.